Hello everyone, my name is Gage Jones and I am taking a Gull Lake High School class called Computer Science and Software Engineering. Today we'll be learning how to download Ubuntu on VMware Workstation 17. So you're going to start by creating a new virtual machine, and then you're going to choose where your file is that you downloaded, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, you're going to choose, so we're going to push browse, and then go to wherever you have downloaded it. And to download it, we'll go over that in a little bit. But first, we're going to go over this. So you're just going to choose what Ubuntu you're using, and then press open. It should say here what it is, and then press next. You're going to use my full name for that, and then it has to be lowercase for your username, so we'll just put my last name, and then just put in your password. Make sure it's the same for both, and then click next, and then we're going to be naming it Ubuntu 22 since that's the version we're using, and click next. Oh wait, and then you have to click this, go to your name if you're doing like all sorted, and then if you have all sorted, you can go to virtual machines, and then OS is where I'm going to be keeping it, and then you press OK, and that's where I'll be storing all your files. Press next. We're going to be using 60 gigabytes of storage since we have a lot of storage on this computer and we only need that much. Then click next, and then customize hardware. So to find what hardware you have, just go, if you're on Windows, go to the search bar down here, and then type in system information, and then open it. And then right here is where it is. And then right here, it'll say your CPU. I have the 12th gen Core i5, and it has 6 cores. And down here, it'll say how much RAM you have, which is 32 gigabytes. So we need the RAM, so we're going to put it at 8 gigabytes since we have 32, since that should be plenty. And then we'll go to processors, and then since our CPU has 6 cores, we're going to put 3 in this, so it's not using all of them, but it has half. And then press close, make sure everything's updated here, and then press finish. And then it should load up. And then press OK. We're just going to be put it in full screen. Now that we have it loaded up, you're going to choose your keyboard layout. So I'm from the United States, so we're going to be putting English and US, and then same over here, just normal, and then press continue. It'll load, and you can also test there. And then we're just going to be doing a normal installation, and then we're just not going to do that since it'll take more time. But you can, it just takes um like it just saves time. So actually we'll be clicking it, and then press continue, and then it'll load. And what it does by doing that is it will download any update it needs while it's downloading. Anyway, so then it's okay to put this because it's not going to erase your entire hard drive. It will only be using how much it has. So as long as you gave it the amount that you have in your that's allowed, then you should be fine. Then push install now, and then push continue. It's perfectly fine. So then we're going to be choosing our time zone. We're going to be using the Eastern Standard Time, which would be this one, and it'll say Detroit, and then push continue, and then you put your full name, and then it'll choose your username for you, and then just put the password you put for your VMware right here. And then require your password login. And you can choose login automatically. It'll just, when it pops up, it'll load right in. Then press continue. And it'll install. While it is loading, we will be looking at notes. I have some notes here that I have been taking over the time for making the virtual machine. So here it tells you the components, which is a host system, which is your computer you're using, then the hypervisor, and that is what the VMware is. That's the hypervisor, and your virtual machine, which is the Linux Ubuntu, and then we are going over how to learn it, and then to explain hypervisors more, it runs directly on your hardware for for the type 2, which is what we're using and what we're learning in this video, which means it goes off on your OS and it's using only how much of the hardware you give it. And that's what we're using for here. And then if you go to building my VM, it'll have like all the pictures, what we're doing. And then as you can see here, we've been taking pictures over this course. And then you should back up Linux to make sure if anything goes wrong, you always have a backup. And that's what's nice about a virtual machine is if you get a virus or something on it, it won't affect your operating system that's not on the VMware. And then your computer hardware, there's a CPU, which is a central processing unit, and it's basically the brains of the computer, and it carries out instructions. Your RAM, or random access memory, is a type of memory that temporarily stores data that the CPU uses while a computer is running. And here's a little picture of RAM. And RAM comes in all kinds of sizes, and it comes in 8, 16, or 32 gigabytes. And there's the hard drive, which is the thing that, well, it's the hard disk drive, or HDD, is a storage device used in computers to store data permanently. And it works by spinning magnetic disks that store data. And then you'll have everything here. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a link to here, which is my website where you can go learn more about it. And if you go here, it'll have everything you need to help install it. So if you don't know where everything is to get it, you can go to my website, and then if you click on them, it'll bring you. So that one is for your hypervisor, which is the where you're going to be downloading your virtual machine. Linux, and these are all the kinds of Linux you have. We're using Ubuntu, but you can use any of these. And Notion, which is our notes. And and you'll have access to all my notes from my website. Anyway, back to our virtual machine. Now that it has finished installing, it'll say to restart. So we're going to click restart now, and it will restart the virtual machine, and it should restart. Yep, there it is. And just let it boot up. And you'll see it'll say Ubuntu, and it'll be loading right there. And after that, it should ask you to log in. So there's my name. You just click your name and then put in your password.
It's telling you what settings it's going to be on. The VM, we're actually going to change this.
And now that you're in, it should look a little something like this. And then at first it'll ask you this. We just skip all that. because we probably don't need it knowing all this about us. And then just click done, and there you go. You have now downloaded
Roughly.
Linux and Ubuntu. And then if you go to full screen over here, it'll make it all pop up into a bigger screen, and up here is your VMware hypervisor, and then you can pause it, shut it down, anything from up here. And then if you click this button, it'll go away as you move, as your mouse isn't up there. And then after that, it should be installed. So we're just gonna power off now,
Alright, sounds good.
and then it'll automatically do it in 6 seconds, but we're just gonna do it now.
Updated. Now we are going to finish. Now it is.
Now we're going to check file management. So my file management is, so I have my name right here, and then it will have 3 places. My virtual machine, which has my Linux and Ubuntu, and then it has my backup, which has all the files for if I were to ever get a virus or anything. And it's good to always have a backup. And then you can go to your ISO, which should have your Linux and Ubuntu, and then your OS, which is where you should download your files, and then it'll all be right here. And that is about it for downloading Linux and Ubuntu. So if you ever need to go to my website for any reason to download Linux or the VMware or Notion, it's all right here. The Notion will just take you to my notes, and it's all right here. It'll be in the description of my YouTube channel as well. I'll put it in the link I'll put the link in this description of this video. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.